Assalamualaikum. This is Labina from the Friendly Neighborhood Shop. I will be showing you how to create this makeup look, and at the same time I will be sharing with you reviews on these dramas, Korean dramas that I have really enjoyed and I wanted to share with you so you can also love it as much as I do. And I'll be having Korean fried chicken. So don't go anywhere, carry on watching. But before that, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Moisturizing my face with this fresh rose deep hydration face cream. Oops, Fenty Beauty primer. It's Korean makeup. It's really glowy, innocent, pinkish looking. My Korean look, I'm going to use Etude House. Actually, my shade is, true shade would be number 6. But I'm unable to get number 6 in Singapore. Number 6 is called 10. So I had to settle for Y07. It's the closest shade I could find for my skin. This is the color. There's no way, even if you pay me money, that I'm gonna shave off half of my eyebrow just to do the straight. Blessed to have really nice eyelashes. And those of you who feel that your eyelashes don't stay curled up, what you can do is take your hair dryer, what you call apply heat to your eyebrow curler. Sorry, not eyebrow, eyelash curler. Apply heat to your eyelash curler, then use it on your eyelashes. It should stay. But lucky eyelash. That's all I want to say. Done with blusher. I'm gonna use from Etude House one of my favorite shades. This is RD302. I think it's something about Dracula kiss, I think. It tastes sweet. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna end up wearing a mask. This is the look, and stay around because more stuff's coming. 안녕하세요. 나 채널에 다시 오신 것을 영양합니다. Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. This is Labina from the Friendly Neighborhood Shop. I have something really different today. I'll be sharing with you 5 reviews. Actually, no, 3. 3 K-drama reviews that I have personally loved and adored. I am a self-professed couch potato, and you know, I have a figure to show for it. I totally fell in love with Korean drama a couple of years ago, and I have not turned back to be totally with the ambiance. I have gotten myself into a Korean fried chicken outlet today. It's Choo Choo. Like, check a bit. My chicken dinner is all here. I will eat and I'm gonna share with you guys about the reviews. Without further ado, let me just get right into it. And in my opinions, these are the top 3 Korean dramas all of you have to. First one that everyone has to watch is Haibaima마. I am not one who cries during movies or dramas, but this one got me so bad. I cried during every single episode. I'm actually in awe with how the writers were able to pull at your heartstrings when they were writing this series, Haibamama. The overview of this is that a ghost of a woman is given a second chance at life, and she is given about 49 days on Earth. She was reborn. Actually, she never left. She never crossed over to the other side. She still wandered around the Earth in her world for 49 days. She has to be given a second chance. She appears 5 years after her death. She appears in front of her husband and her young daughter. She died before giving birth, so technically she has never met her biological daughter, and the biological daughter never met her. This series would deeply resonate with viewers who have gone through grief and motherhood. The entire series consisted of 16 episodes, and it started off with how she needed to get back to life, to her place on Earth. In all reviews, there's bound to be some spoiler alerts. So, spoiler alert, in the end, she chose to leave. This was explained why she left. She did not want to continue on Earth being a wife or a mother. It's because she didn't want her daughters to end up seeing ghosts for the rest of her life. And usually, after watching countless Korean dramas, it seems like anyone who's able to see ghosts ends up being a shaman. So she didn't want her daughter to be living that life. The protagonist, Cha Yuri, she and her husband, Cho Gang-hwa, who's a thoracic surgeon, they met in their 20s. It was love at first sight. Their encounter, the entire scene on how they fell in love actually melted my insides, because it's such a sweet love story, and who doesn't love a love story? Yuri died in a traffic accident in 2015, and for 5 years she actually was a ghost who looked after and stayed around with her family, whereas Gang-hwa actually remarried. He was living with his second wife and daughter, Swoon. The thing about this little girl, Swoon, is that she is a boy in real life. Really, really adorable little boy who's called Seong-ji. I'm not very good with Korean names, but let's just go on. And Yuri, somehow in the series is explained, she was given the chance to be a living person for 49 days, and in the 49 days she needs to go back to her place. She needs to return to her old place. In her old place, it means that she needs to be a wife to Gang-ho and a mother to the 5-year-old daughter. Along with many tear-jerking moments, this series is filled with humor as well. In the earlier episodes, you would be able to see ghosts, or the spirits, Yuri's friends who lived in the cinerarium. Her other friends, they would be walking through walls, and also there is this musical number that will break out in the cinerarium. All in all, even if with all the humor, personally I cried at every single episode. One of the saddest part that really captured in this drama is that Gang-hwa's second wife, she was not a bad stepmother to the daughter. She was genuinely a very loving stepmother, and that is one of the reasons why Yuri didn't want to stay on. She was not there when her daughter was born, and it was her daughter only knows of one mother in her entire. There is a weakness in the narrative. Yuri comes back to life after 5 years, and she doesn't go and meet her own parents till somewhere in the middle of the series. So that is what I felt. That was a really big weakness in my opinion. Like, how can you not go and meet your parents? Basically, it's supposed to show you that life is beautiful in spite of the many regrets that you have along the way. And in a family context, or in an Asian context, family love triumphs everything else. And because it is really heart-wrenching. And how to rate it? It's gonna be 9 out of 10. Let's not waste any more time. I will move on to my next on the list. This is in no particular order, but this is also something that everyone should watch. The name is When the Camellia Blooms. Firstly, this series ruminates on self-love and keeping your relationships very functional. It is 20 episodes long, and it is set in a fictional coastal town called Ongsan. The plot is very simple. This is where a single mother, Oh Dong-bak, decides to begin her life in a small town. Even if this drama is actually very simple, there are multiple bends throughout it. There is no fixed storyline in this drama series. When the Camellia Blooms shows love, the whole everything talks about love and getting butterflies when you see your first love, to rekindling a love that is a long lost love, love lost in a marriage, a long marriage, and to friendships between broken hearts. Also to admire and acknowledge how much effect or affected you can be in a relationship. And most of all, we get to watch Dongbek bloom. First and foremost, Dongbek is a single mother who is kind and warm, but she gets pushed over a lot. She's the center of town gossip. She's young and beautiful, but she has a 8-year-old son. She never hid the fact, nor did she deny it. She doesn't consider her 8-year-old son to be a burden. In fact, she is super thankful for having Pilgu. Pilgu is acted by the very talented and young Kim Kang-hoon. Dongbek is an orphan. We don't get to see her later years. We don't get to see that she's not an orphan, but in the earlier part of this entire series, she is an orphan, and she always wanted a family. She wanted to belong, and that is why she's very, very grateful to have the relationship with Pilgu's father. Even if it ended very badly, she got to have Pilgu. The place that she settles down and opens her business is famous for marinated crabs because it's a coastal town. When she opens up her business, which is a bar, it first caused a lot of gossips amongst the neighborhood wives, because they were getting annoyed that their husband and their men would seek refuge in her bar after a long day. I don't want to spoil further, but there is this police officer. For this police officer, Hwang Yong-shik, that's his first love. It was love at first sight. Like the moment he saw Dongbek, he just fell in love with her. And as the drama unfolds, we go on to see how Dongbek and Pilgu's daily routine, it becomes part of a life, a daily routine, and how Dongbek is slowly opening up, and she's getting the love that she never got. This drama, personally, I feel would be more appealing to people in my age group because it doesn't have a lot of unrealistic episodes. You don't have the excessive unrealistic drama that you see in other series happening in When the Camellia Blooms. When the Camellia Blooms also draws attention to the irrational views that society has about single parents. I don't think I want to spoil this any more than I should. I had to change my location because the restaurant closed. So I'm back home and I'll just share the rest of the things with you guys right now. If I'm looking down, again, my laptop is below. What happened is that the restaurants are suffering thanks to Corona. I spoke about this so many times in quite a number of my other videos. Corona has, speechless. Corona has left me speechless. When Camellia Blooms is one of my recommendation to anyone who wants to start watching Korean drama because of Dongbek's character. Dongbek's character gives a whole new meaning to women empowerment. She is an unfortunate woman, but the focus of this drama is on her inner strength and how she toughens herself to face all the problems that comes. Every time I watch a Korean drama, I try to think like, what am I taking away? Because all the shows that are out there, writers write because they might have written this based on an experience or based on a memory, whatever it might be. The lesson that I took away from this drama is a reminder that happiness is not supposed to be chased. It has to be enjoyed at the very moment that happiness happens. Life would always have problems, may it be small, may it be big. Even when it's not welcome, inevitable only makes us stronger. So, with that said, I would rate this 9 out of 10. The last one on my list is Memories of the Alhambra. Before I tell you why this is a must-see Korean drama, you have to watch this because of Hyunbin. You have to watch this before you start on Cloy, C-L-O-Y, which is Crash Landing on You. Cloy is a must-see. I don't even need to talk about it. If Hyunbin doesn't give you enough reason why you need to watch, if it doesn't give you jitters, then my friend, you're dead inside. Now, let's begin. This of Alhambra is that it's beautifully filmed. and the concept is very sci-fi thriller type. There are unexpected plots, there are unexpected things that's gonna happen, but spoiler alert, or the most depressing or maybe even annoying aspect of this was the ending. It was disappointing, and there were even online petition after it ended that they have to have a season 2, but I'm waiting. I personally felt very, very cheated with the way the writers decided to end it. Still, persist. Now, with all that said, the start of the show is really well because it shows your Jung Hee-ju. She's a young woman running a hostel in Granada for Koreans with her grandmother. She supports her younger siblings. She works multiple jobs. Her younger siblings are Min-ju and Si-ju. And now, after the introduction, Hyun-min, who is Woo-jin-woo, he enters. He is the CEO of a tech company called Genie. He receives this mysterious call begging him to come to this hostel in Granada to discuss a business deal. But when he gets there, the person who called him mysteriously is not there. But he receives this email with a game attached to it, and that game has to be played. It's designed to be used with J1's augmented reality contact lens. That game can be worth billions. With the storyline aside, interesting, right? How can it not be interesting? The start is used to establish that the game is how is the game played. The start of this game is to establish how the game is played and how it works. Users are supposed to walk around Granada, and it's a collection. So they walk around collecting virtual weapons and fighting virtual warriors. So you can compare this. I play Pokemon Go, or I played when Pokemon Go was like a bit popular. I used to play. So it's something like walk around your city fighting monsters. So it's something like Pokemon Go, but of course the visuals of this game, it's even more realistic. So the game uses Granada setting. So what happens is that it is quite hilarious sometimes to see camera switches between Jin-woo's point of view and what the rest of the people, the public in Granada sees. And also the mystery about Hee-ju's brother, Si-ju. He and his business partner disappeared without a trace, and then along in the series you would actually see there is a fight to buy over the game's rights between Jin-woo and his biggest rival, who used to be his former best friend, Cha Hyung-soo. There's a lot of there are lots of ominous and hints of something dark and terrible happening because the game uses this musical piece. Every time there's a dark thing that's gonna come out, the music changes. But for the most part, it's a typical love triangle and business rivalry kind of drama. Sometime later, a change comes. There is a death in the game, which is also a death in real life. That's when the tone of the show starts to make sense, and it gets even more attractive, a bit more interesting. At some points, it can be deemed scary, and I have to admit that the show brings you through a roller coaster. It is genuinely exciting, thrilling, and even at times scary. The fight scenes along with the special effects are really good. So if you are going to start your K-drama journey, you do have to push. You have to persist and push through the first few episodes, because the first few episodes of the show are actually slow, and at times they're jump scenes, so you don't really know what is the order of events. There are plot flaws. You cannot use logic when you're watching this drama. The rating, I will give it 8 out of 10. If you have been with me so far, so good. Without any more lengthy conversation, I have come to the end. I hope you have enjoyed my reviews as much as I've enjoyed sharing all of them with you. So happy watching your K-dramas. Hope you are a K-addict like me, and at the same time, don't forget to watch your K-dramas with K-fried chicken. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. Please give me a thumbs up and follow me and subscribe to my social media channels. Also YouTube, please press the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and I will be coming up with more content and I'll share with you what happens to my couch potato life. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz. Assalamualaikum.